Jai Guruji to all the beloved Sangat of Guruji. May Guruji's divine blessings bestow upon each and every one who's listening to this reading today. May you all be blessed. Before we continue today's reading, let's do mantra jap first. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivji Sada Sahai. Om Namah Shivaya, Guruji Sada Sahai. Jai Guruji, Shukrana, Anantam Anantam Shukrana, Mere Malik. So we'll continue with chapter 31, 32 and 33. Let's see where we reach today according to Guru Maharaj's Agya. So starting with chapter 31. Chapter 31, Description of Shiva's Magic. Brahma said, on knowing their undistracted great devotion to Shiva, O Narad, Indra and other gods thought like this. The gods said, if the mountain were to give his daughter to Shiva with single-minded devotion, he will attain salvation immediately and will disappear from Bharata. The mountain is the storehouse of endless gems. If he were to leave off the earth and go, the name of earth, Ratnagarbh, having gems in the womb, shall be misnomer. He will cast off his immobile aspect and assume a divine form. He will give his daughter to the trident-bearing deity and will go to Shiva's region. He will undoubtedly attain mergence into Lord Shiva. Having enjoyed pleasures there, he will attain salvation. Brahma said, thinking like this and consulting one another, they in their bewilderment decided to send God Brihaspati there. O Narad, then Indra and other gods went to Brihaspati's abode lovingly with humility in their eagerness to achieve their self-interest. Reaching there, all the gods, included Indra, bowed to Brihaspati and submitted every detail to him. The gods said, O revered preceptor, please go to the abode of Himavat for the fulfillment of our task. After going there, you shall make disparaging remarks about the trident-bearing deity. Parvati will not marry any other person except Shiva. The mountain will derive the benefit only after some time if he gives his daughter in marriage without his full concurrence. Let the mountain stay on earth for the present. O preceptor, you shall make him stay on earth as he is the support of many gems. Brahma said, on hearing these words of the gods, the preceptor of gods plugged his ears with his hands. He did not accept the proposal of the gods. He remembered the name Shiva. The remembering Lord Shiva, Brihaspati of liberal mind rebuked the gods again and again and said, Brihaspati said, all of you gods seem to be selfish in nature. You want to destroy others' interests? Indeed, I will go to hell by disparaging Shiva. O gods, one of you shall go to the mountain. Let him urge the Lord of mountains and achieve the desired object. Let him stay in Bharata after giving his daughter without willingness. It is certain he will attain salvation if he gives his daughter with devotion. Afterwards, the 7 celestial sages will properly persuade the mountain. Except Pinaka-bearing deity, Parvati will not marry any other person. Or, O gods, all of you go to Brahma's region, taking Indra with you. Tell Brahma all your details. He will get your work done immediately. Brahma said, on hearing it and consulting among themselves, the gods came to my assembly. After duly bowing to me, they informed me about the details. On hearing the words of the gods about censuring Shiva, O sage, I, the reciter of the Vedas, spoke to them in an aggrieved tone. Dear children, I am incompetent to decry Shiva. It is unbearable. It destroys all riches. It is the seed of all adversities. O gods, all of you go to Kailash and propitiate Shiva. Make him go to Himavat's abode quickly. Let him approach the Lord of Mountains and make disparaging remarks about himself. Rebuking others is conducive to destruction. Rebuking oneself is conducive to fame. On hearing my words, all the gods joyously bowed to me and went to Kailash, the chief of mountains. Going there and seeing Shiva, they bowed to him with bent heads and palms joined in reverence. The gods eulogized Shiva. The gods said, O great Lord, Lord of gods, O Shiva, the merciful, we see refuge in you. Be sympathetic. Obeisance be to you. O Lord, you are favorably disposed to your devotees, always carrying out their tasks. You are the uplifter of the distressed and an ocean of mercy. You save us from all the miseries and distresses. Brahma said, eulogizing Shiva, thus Indra and other gods respectfully submitted all the details. On hearing the words of the gods, Lord Shiva agreed to the proposal. He made the gods return after assuring them smilingly. Hastening to their abodes, the gods rejoiced much, considering their work fully fulfilled and praising Sadashiv. Then the Lord Shiv, who is favorably disposed to his devotees, the Lord of magic and free from aberrations, went to the Lord of mountains. When the Lord of mountains was seated in his royal assembly along with Parvati and kinsmen, Sadashiv came there in the meantime bearing a staff and an umbrella. He was dressed in divine clothes and had a shining remark on his forehead. He was in the guise of a saintly Brahmin. He was repeating the name Vishnu with devotion. He had the garland of crystal beads in his hand and the salagram stone round his neck. On seeing the extraordinary guest, Himavat with his attendants stood up in reverence and prostrated before him with devotion. Parvati bowed with devotion to her dear lover in the guise of a Brahmin. On realizing him mentally, the goddess eulogized him with great joy. With great pleasure, Shiva bestowed his blessings on all. Oh dear, he bestowed on Parvati her cherished desire in addition. The Brahmin received with pleasure the articles of homage, etc., offered by Himavat, the Lord of mountains. O sage, after duly worshipping the excellent Brahmin with pleasure, the mountain Himavat inquired of his welfare. Again, the Lord of mountain asked him, Who are you, please? Immediately the chief of Brahmins spoke to the Lord of mountains thus, Devotee of Vishnu and a great scholar, my occupation is that of a matchmaker. I roam about on the earth, I go where I wish, I go everywhere. By the power of my preceptor, I am omniscient. I am simple-minded and by nature I help others, and I am sympathetic and quell aberrations. I have come to know that you desire to give your daughter to Shiva. This daughter, so tender like a lotus flower, of divinely excellent form and endowed with all the accomplishments, to Shiva, who has no support, who is devoid of associations, who is deformed, who is without attributes, who resides in the cremation ground, who has the form of a snake catcher, who is a yogi, who is naked, who has deficient limbs, who wears snakes as his ornaments, whose name and pedigree are unknown, whose conduct is bad, who has no sport, whose body is smeared with ashes, who is furious, who lacks in discrimination, whose age is not known, whose matted hair is ill-worn, who supports all whom roam around, who has garland of snakes, who is a mendicant, who is engaged in following wrong paths and who tenaciously discards the Vedic path. O mountain, this inclination of yours is not at all conducive to auspiciousness. O foremost among the wise, born of Narayana's family, learned sense. For the marriage of Parvati, he is not at all deserving person. On hearing of this, the general public will smile in derision. O Lord of mountains, see for yourself. He has not a single kinsman. You are the storehouse of great gems and jewels. He has no asset at all. O Lord of mountains, you shall consult your kinsman's son's wife and vice counselor except Parvati. O Lord of mountains, the medicine does not appeal at all to the patient. Wrong diet that brings about great defects always appeals to him. Brahma said. Saying this, the Brahmin stopped. He took food and left the place with pleasure for his abode. Shiva is one who quietly indulges in his divine sports. Moving forward to chapter 32, the seven celestial sages arrive. Brahma said, on hearing the words of the Brahmin, Mena spoke to Himawat with tears welling up in her eyes due to grief and with the heart extremely dejected. Mena said, O Lord of mountains, please listen to my words conducive to happiness. Please consult important devotees of the Shiva regarding what has been mentioned by the Brahmin. Many disparaging remarks about Shiva have been made by the Brahminical devotee of Vishnu. O Lord of mountains, on hearing these words, my mind is very much dejected. O Lord of mountains, I shall not give my daughter endowed with all accomplishments to Shiva with ugly features, ignoble conduct, and defiled name. If you do not accede to my request, I shall undoubtedly die. I will immediately leave this house and swallow poison. With a rope, I shall tie Parvati round my neck and go to thick forest. I would rather drown myself in the great ocean. I shall never give my daughter to him. Saying thus with the great grief, Mena entered the chamber of anger. Casting off her necklaces, she lay down on the ground, sighing and sobbing. Oh dear, in the meantime, all those seven celestial sages were remembered by Shiva, whose mind was agitated by the pangs of separation from Parvati. All those seven sages, as soon as they were remembered by Shiva, came there in person as though they were another set of wish-yielding kalp trees. Arundhati too came there as though she was an achievement personified. On seeing them resplendent like the sun, Shiva stopped his recitation of mantras. O sage, standing in front of Shiva and bowing to and eulogizing him, the seven sages of great austerity considered themselves blessed. Then, as they were struck with surprise, they joined their palms in reverence, bowed to, and addressed Shiva, adored by all the worlds. The sages said, O most excellent of all, O great ruler, O emperor of the heaven dwellers, how can our fortune, which is very excellent, be described by us? Formerly, we had performed the three kinds of penance. We had studied the excellent Vedas. We had made offerings in the fire. We had visited many holy centers. Thus, whatever merit we have acquired verbally, mentally, and physically, that entire merit has now accrued to us by your blessing in remembering us. A man who worships you always shall be blessed. How can the merit be properly described? The merit of those whom you yourself remember. O Sadashiv, we have become the most excellent of all people by your remembering us. Usually, you never even come across the path of ambitions and aspirations of ordinary people. O Lord, your vision, very difficult to be acquired, is like the fruit stooping down within the reach of dwarf-like sight to a man born blind, like eloquency acquired by a dumb man, like the indigent meeting with a treasure trove, like the lame man reaching the top of a high mountain, and like the barren woman bearing a child. By seeing you today, we have become the most respectable sages, worthy of the worship of all the worlds. We have reached the highest position. O Lord of gods, by seeing you, who are the Lord of all gods, we have become worthy of great respect. There is no necessity of talking more. If any duty is assigned to us, it will be a favor to us. An auspicious task befitting us, you utter slaves, shall be given to us. Brahma said, on hearing these words, Shiva, the great Lord, in conformity with the conventions of the world, spoke these pleasant words. Shiva said, sages are always to be adored, and particularly you all. O Brahmins, it was for a specific reason that you have been summoned here. My attitude of being helpful is known to you. That must be achieved especially in the interest of the fulfillment of the desires of the world. Cause of the great misery has arisen for the gods at the hands of Tarka the wicked. Boon has already been granted. He is invincible. What shall I do? O great sages, all the 8 cosmic bodies that I possess are not for furthering my self-interest, they are for helping the wide world. A great penance has been performed by Parvati that cannot be performed even by great sages. I have to give her the great fruit thereof. Indeed, my vow is to render delight to my devotees. The fruit bestowed on her shall be conducive to her welfare, hence I wish to marry her. At the request of Parvati, I went to the abode of the mountain in the guise of a mendicant. Clever in divine sports, I thereby sanctified her. On hearing to know that I am the supreme Brahman, the couple were desirous of giving me their daughter with great devotion in accordance with Vedic manner. On the inducements of the gods, in order to reduce the quality devotion of Himavat and Mena, I took the guise of a devotee of Vishnu and rebuked myself. O sages, on hearing it, they were dejected and have now lost interest in me and do not wish to give their daughter to me. Hence, you all go to the abode of Himavat and urge the excellent mountain and his wife. Speak out the words as vulnerable as the Vedas. Do everything necessary to get the matter straightened out and settled. O excellent ones, I wish to marry their daughter. I have agreed to marry her and have already granted her that boon. What is the use of talking too much? Himavat must be convinced, Mena too must be convinced similarly, so that the purpose of the gods shall be served well. Whatever mode is selected by you shall be more than necessary. The task is yours. You alone are the sharers of the credit. Brahma said, on hearing these words, the 7 sages of pure mind became delighted and thought themselves blessed by the Lord. We have become blessed and contented in every respect. We have become venerable to everyone, especially adorable. He who is worthy of being respected by Brahma and Vishnu, he who secures everything accomplished, is sending us his emissaries on an errand that is conducive to the happiness of all the worlds. He is the master of the worlds and their father. She is considered the mother. Let this proper alliance increase forever like the moon. Saying thus, the celestial sages bowed to Shiva and went by aerial path in the direction of the city of Himavat. On seeing the city of heavenly splendor, the sages were surprised. Expatiating on their good fortune, they spoke to one another. We are really blessed and meritorious in being able to see this city because we have been engaged in a task like this. This city seems to be better than Alaka, heaven, Bhogavati and even Amravati. The houses are beautiful and well built. The courtyards are well laid out and paved with different kinds of crystals and jewels of variegated colors. Slabs of solar and lunar stones are found in every house. Different kinds of celestial trees are also growing here. The splendor of festoons is also seen in every house. They are the different colors and sorts with shapes of parrots and swans carved on the walls of the palaces. The canopies with hanging festoons are of diverse character. There are many lakes and ponds. The gardens and parks are of various kinds, frequented by delighted people. Here men are like gods and the women are like the celestial damsels. In the land of activities, the sacrificial priests and the followers of Puranas perform holy rites with a desire to attain heaven. That is in vain because they have left off the city of Himavat. Men are eager to go to heaven only as long as the city is not seen. O Brahmins, when the city is seen, what is the use of heaven? Brahma said, describing the city thus, all those excellent sages went to the rich and well-furnished abode of Himavat. On seeing those 7 sages resplendent like the sun coming along the aerial path from a distance, Himavat was surprised and said, the 7 venerable persons resplendent like the sun are approaching me. These sages shall be worshipped by me now. We householders are really blessed to whom great men like these bestowing happiness on all pay their visit. Brahma said. In the meantime, they descended on the ground from the sky. On seeing them, Himavat advanced to welcome them. With palms joined in reverence, he bowed to them with stooping shoulders and worshipped them with due respect and honor. Desiring welfare of others, the seven sages embraced Himavat, the lord of mountains, and spoke words of auspicious blessings with pleasant faces. Keeping them ahead, he asked, "My household life is blessed." With great devotion, he got and offered them seats. When they were duly seated, he too sat with their permission. Then Himavat spoke to the refulgent sages. Himavat said, "I am blessed. I am contented. My life is truthful. I am the best person worthy of being seen in the three worlds. I am as pure as any of the holy centers. All this is because of you. Verily, in Lord Vishnu's forms have come to my abode. Perfect ones such as you, what special purpose can there be in visiting poor persons like me? Still, I am your servant. Some task there may be to be entrusted to me. Mercifully may it be spoken out. May my life be fruitful." With this, we come to the end of today's reading, Sangatji. We have just completed chapter 31 and 32 in this reading. We shall be completing chapter 33 in the next reading. As Guruji Maharaj Agya, I'll be stopping here. Once again, we will end this today's reading with mantra jap. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivji Sada Sahai. Om Namah Shivaya, Guruji Sada Sahai. Jai Guruji, Shukrana Guruji, Anantam Anantam lakh lakh bar, Shukrana mere Malik. Thank you so much, Sangatji, for listening to this reading today. We'll meet next week with another chapter, another beautiful stories from Shiv Puran.